innovations and novel findings through the cooperation in scientific and technical fields. On behalf of all participants of the second Asia International Water Week 2022. Dan kami persilahkan kepada rekan-rekan dari media dan juga fotografer untuk bersiap karena kita akan segera melakukan untuk signing ceremony. And now I invite to all representatives, to the parliamentarians, ministerial and water expert for the signing the statement of declaration. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a group of photos. Okay, once again, please give a round of applause. Thank you very much. Once again, this is the statement of declaration of the second Asia International Water Week 2022. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I would like to kindly invite the esteemed young professional to deliver the Asia to the World Youth Statement. And now please welcome Dr. Ahmad Taufik.
RWC Young Professionals Commitment. We, the young professionals from Asia and the Pacific countries, commitment to 1. We, the Asia Council Youth Professionals, reaffirm our shared commitment to our interest in the water sector participation in the Asia Water Council activities, in line with the vision, mission, and strategies for the RWC. Commitment 2. The young professionals commits to establish lasting and meaningful networks to seek opportunities for career development through internships, exchange, mentorship program, training, workshop, and also the international research. The young professionals also commit to provide support to RWC Secretary to perform RWC activities, including preparation for the Asia International Water Week organized by RWC. Commitment 4. The young professional further commits to participate in the REWW organized by the RWC. Hopefully, our statement will be a great stepping for us, for young professional, also to ASEAN water problems and promoting sustainable growth by solving the water issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Dr. Ahmad Taufik for deliver for the youth statement from young professional. Ladies and gentlemen, in this good moment, I also would like to welcome pada Menteri Perindustrian Republik Indonesia. Terima kasih telah hadir Bapak Wakil Menteri PUPR dan Direktur Jenderal Sumber Daya Air Republik Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of people of Asia and the rest of the Asia continent, we would like to give our warmest thank you to all parliaments, ministerial and water experts, and young professionals for the declaration Asia to the World Statement, and we sincerely hope that it will be our concrete effort to implement our political will and commitment for a world in which every single person has a full access to clean water and sanitation as a human right. And we would also humbly thank you for our sponsor, beginning from our gold sponsor. Terima kasih kami ucapkan kepada PT Hutama Karya, PT Pindad, PT Berantas Abipraya, PT Nindya Karya, and our silver sponsors, PT Pembangunan Perumahan, PT Basuki Rahmanta Putra, PT Wijaya Karya, PT Adi Karya, PT Waskita Karya, Perum Jasa Tirta 1, Perum Jasa Tirta 2, PT Barata, PT Bumi Karsa, PT Karsindo Artama, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, dan PT Jaya Konstruksi. And our dedicated contributors, terima kasih kepada PT Virama Karya, PT Yodya Karya, Nipponku, PT Bina Nusa Lestari, PT Indo Teknik Pembangunan, PT Minarta, PT Indra Karya, PT Krakatau Tirta Industri. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we will have a group of photos. I would like to kindly invite to all participants, please come to the stage. Before we continue for our main agenda of our today's agenda is the opening ceremony of the Second Asia International Water Weeks 2022. We will have a group of photo first. Kami persilahkan Bapak Menteri Perindustrian, monggo Bapak silahkan. Kepada Bapak Wakil Menteri PUPR. For the second group of photos, we invite all participants, so please be ready. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated inside the ballroom because our main agenda of the opening ceremony will begin shortly. Thank you. Bapak dan Ibu, perlu kami beritahukan juga bahwa saat ini kita juga sudah menyediakan untuk translating device sudah dipersiapkan. Jadi sekali lagi bagi Bapak dan Ibu yang akan menggunakan untuk channel 0 adalah untuk English, channel 1 untuk Indonesia, channel 2 untuk Chinese, dan juga channel 3 untuk Korea. Once again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we inform you that we have prepared our translating device. And for the channel 1, channel 0 is for the English, channel 1 is for Indonesia, channel 2 for Chinese, and channel 3 is for Korean. Thank you. 2 untuk Chinese, kemudian channel 3 untuk Korea. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we inform you that we have prepared for the translating device. For the channel 0 is for Indonesia, channel 1 is for English, channel 2 is for Chinese, and channel 3 for Korea. Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Bapak dan Ibu, perlu kami beritahukan bahwa acara yang saat ini sedang berlangsung juga karena kita sedang dalam keadaan pandemi, maka penyelenggaraan secara hybrid juga kami laksanakan di Ayana. Dan sekali lagi, acara ini juga disiarkan secara langsung melalui Kementerian PUPR. Jadi sekali lagi acara ini bisa disaksikan dari YouTube channel dari Kementerian PUPR Republik Indonesia. Dan Bapak dan Ibu bisa menyaksikan juga melalui sambungan virtual dan juga dapat diakses melalui beberapa bahasa Korea, Mandarin, dan juga Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, we inform you that this event can also be viewed from Minister of Public Works and Housing official YouTube channel, Zoom account, and translated to several languages like Korean, Mandarin, and Indonesian. Thank you.
Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, tentu saja tak lupa kami ingatkan untuk selalu menggunakan masker karena saat ini kita sedang dalam masa pandemi, dan juga tak lupa kami beritahukan bahwa saat ini di meja Bapak dan Ibu sekalian ada translating device. Jadi sekali lagi untuk channel 0 adalah untuk Indonesia, kemudian channel 1 untuk Inggris, channel 2 untuk Mandarin, dan juga channel 3 untuk Korea. Dan juga sehubungan dengan kondisi pandemi, saat ini penyelenggaraan acara ini juga diikuti secara terbatas, namun juga kita melakukan acara ini juga mirror di lokasi di Ayana, dan acara ini juga diikuti secara virtual dari berbagai partisipan di seluruh dunia. Dan juga tak lupa kami informasikan bahwa saat ini Bapak dan Ibu juga bisa menyaksikan tayangan ini bisa melalui untuk account dari Kementerian PUPR, Zoom account, dan juga acara ini akan dilangsungkan selama 2 hari. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we remind you, due to the health protocol, please always wear your mask. And once again, if you need any translating, we have provided the translating device on your table. And once again, for the 0 is for Indonesia, number 2 is for English, number 0 is for Indonesia, number 1 is for English, number 2 is for Mandarin, and number 3 is for Korea. Bapak dan Ibu, kami persilahkan untuk duduk. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Vice President Republic of Indonesia has arrived. Please be seated. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to the second Asia International Water Week 2022 here at Labuan Bajo, Indonesia. And on behalf of people of Indonesia, we would like to welcome to the Vice President of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency, Professor Dr. Honoris Causa Kiai Haji Ma'aruf Amin, the President and Chairman of the Global Green Growth Institute and the 8th UN Secretary General, Honorable Ban Ki-moon, the Ministers,
Kabinet Indonesia Maju of the Republic of Indonesia, Minister of Environment of the Republic of Korea, Honorable Han Ji-eul, President of Asia Water Council, Dr. Park Ji-hoon, and Vice Governor of East Nusa Tenggara, Bapak Dr. Andes Joseph Naisoi MM. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to extend our warmest gratitude for being here at Labuan Bajo, Indonesia, who are gathered here today seeking solution for water issues in Asia. Prior to this occasion, we have begun today's program with Asia to the World Statement, which is the commitment among the various water organizations from all over Asia based on the common perception of water as a critical and limited resources for human being sustainability. Thus, it is necessary for us to preserve true intergovernmental and mutual cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now welcome you with the Indonesian traditional performance, Tiba Meka Dance, presented by Dance Aya Production, Labuan Bajo. Please welcome Tiba Meka Dance. Please give a round of applause for Tiba Meka Dance from Labuan Bajo. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for the welcoming remark, we would like to welcome the President of Asia Water Council, Dr. Park Ji-hoon, to have a say or two.
Good morning. I am Jae-hyun Park, President of the Asian Water Council. Despite the difficult circumstances that lead to several postponements of COVID-19, I'm very pleased that the second Asia International Water Week is being held in Labuan Bajo Island of Indonesia. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to His Excellency Joko Widodo, President of the Republic of Indonesia, and Vice President Maruf Amin. Minister Baski of the Ministry of Public Works and Housing, and the Indonesian Organizing Committee for their efforts in making the second AIWW possible. I would also like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the ACE Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the ministers of Asian countries, government officials, representatives of international organizations, and the multi-party banks, and experts for taking time out of their busy schedule to attend this meeting. Water is the source of life and prosperity, and its importance cannot be overemphasized. However, recent climate change has caused instability in the water cycle and increase in global temperature, resulting in unprecedented flood and droughts in many parts of the world. On the other hand, the demand for water is rapidly increasing due to population growth, economic development, and urbanization. Water management challenges are increasing day by day, and our future is not looking promising if we continue our current practices. Asia has become a very vulnerable region in terms of climate change and water management. It covers 32% of the world land area and has the largest population of 60%. But many countries suffer from water problems due to seasonal rainfall imbalance, limited economic development, and other constraints. In 2016, the Asia Water Council began with this background and historical vision. It is the result of our collective will to work together to find the solution to the water problem, realizing that it is a challenge that is relevant to our survival and cannot be deferred any longer. Various actors in this field, including major Asian countries, public institutions, international organizations, experts, and water companies, have participated in efforts to conjure up a practical solution for the water problem. The second AIWW, which starts today, will be in place where the process you have been discussing and preparing for over the years will comprehensively unfold. I hope that people from all over the world will participate and actually discuss knowledge, technology, and policies to solve the water problem. With the support of the Ministry of Environment of the Republic of Korea, K-Water plan to operate the International Environmental Cooperation Center from this year and will implement Green New Deal ODA and international reduction projects in the water sector for overseas countries. Therefore, I believe that the water issues derived from the second AIWW can be incubated into projects that can contribute to solving water problems and realizing sustainable development in Asia through the AWC's unique program and water project and the ODA project of K-Water International Environmental Cooperation Center. I hope that all of you who participate in the Second Asia International Water Week will work together to develop reasonable and balanced solutions. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for your hard work and dedication to make this meaningful event a success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Park Ji-hun, the President of Asia Water Council, for the very warm welcoming remark. Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome to the stage Minister of Environment of the Republic of Korea, Honorable Han Jung-e, to give congratulatory remarks.
Selamat siang. I hopefully my pronunciation is right. Yes, thank you. His Excellency Vice President Maruf Amin of Indonesia, former UN Secretary General Honorable Ban Ki-moon, distinguished lawmakers and ministers from Asia, President Park Jae-hyun of Asia Water Council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I congratulate you on the successful opening of the Second Asia International Water Week in this beautiful island of Labuan Bajo. This is my first time here. And I would like to convey my sincere thanks to the Secretariat of the Asia Water Council and the Indonesian Ministry of Public Works and Housing of hosting this important event despite immense challenges posed by the pandemic. I'm also glad to be present here in Indonesia with you, a good friend and great partner of Korea's in the field of water management and environment. Excellencies, the IPCC report released last month clearly states that the 1.5 degrees Celsius increase in the global temperature will still lead to water shortage. Asia, in particular, is susceptible to water challenges and stress, such as floods, droughts, and water pollution from climate crisis and rapid urbanizations. This means that our efforts to tackle climate change require not only reducing greenhouse gases emissions toward carbon neutrality, but also adaptation to build communities that are safer and more resilient to changing climate. To overcome these serious water challenges, Korea reformed its governance structure in 2018 to manage water quantity and water quality holistically, laying a foundation for integrated water management. This has enabled us to more effectively manage water demands, increase renewable energies such as floating photovoltaics, hydrothermal energy, and integrated biogas production, restore and manage aquatic ecosystem as carbon sinks, and provide cleaner water, of course. Excellencies and distinguished guests, keeping in mind that urgent actions are needed to achieve 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, Korea will keep working its path toward carbon neutrality and share its experience and best practices along the journey with our Asian neighbors. I sincerely hope that this second Asia International Water Week serves as an opportunity to seek practical solutions and share the insights that will increase our capacity and galvanize further actions for sustainable, clean, and of course, sufficient water for us all. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Honorable Han Ji-eun, Minister of Environment of the Republic of Korea, for the congratulatory remarks. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to kindly invite to the stage for the Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia to give a welcome speech. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Honorable Dr. Honoris Causa Insinyur Erlangga Hartarto.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. His Excellency Vice President of the Republic Indonesia, Bapak Ma'ruf Amin, Her Excellency Minister of Environment, Republic of Korea, Ms. Han Jung-e, His Excellency 8th UN Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, His Excellency President Asia Water Council, Mr. Park Jae-hoon, Honorable Minister from Indonesia, Minister Foreign Affairs, Minister Industry, Minister State Reform, Interior Minister, Honorable Minister from ASEAN country who attend through online with us, and Honorable ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure and honor for Indonesia to host the second Asia International Week in Labuan Bajo this year. Some people would say that Labuan Bajo is a paradise because everywhere you look, you are surrounded by magnificent vistas like beaches, small islands, hills, and so on. The beauty of Labuan Bajo goes beyond the surface level. If you happen to like scuba diving, the view underwater is equally breathtaking. Many would attest that seascape is one of the many factors that make Labuan Bajo a popular tourism destination. And on the other hand, many fishermen also go to the sea to catch fish as part of local diet. Therefore, it is for many good reasons that we are here today in Labuan Bajo to discuss water, sanitation, hygiene as part of the fundamental of human rights. According to the Asia and the Pacific SDG Progress, published by UN Economic Social Commission for Asia and Pacific, Asia has the most significant global concentration of water-related risks, including water scarcity, floods, drought, water pollution, melting glaciers, and inadequate access to safe and clean water and sanitation services. In addition, rapid urbanization and population growth, intense industrial activities, and climate change pose an additional threat to water security in Asia. The event under Asia International Water Week, held from 14 to 16 March 2022, allow us to design, implement action to resolve water problem in Asia members, perspective of the AWC, including water-related stakeholder and prominent expert, all gathered to share their insight and experience to support and develop activities that will contribute towards sustainable development in Asia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in today's opening ceremony, we are very honored to welcome Vice President of the Republic Indonesia, His Excellency Bapak Ma'ruf Amin, the head of the House of Representatives of Republic Indonesia, the 8th UN Secretary General, His Excellency Mr. Ban Ki-moon, and other distinguished speakers to deliver their speech toward this event. I also would like to congratulate the Vice Governor of East Nusa Tenggara, Bapak Yosep Nai Soe, for your hard work in making Labuan Bajo a place that is welcoming not only for tourism, but also an important location for discourse on important issues like water, hygiene, and sanitation. I would like to grateful for the hard work demonstrated also by the organizer putting this event together, which is not easy during the pandemic COVID-19. I look forward for being part of the important discussion that will take place in the coming 2 days, and I'm optimistic that the second Asia International Water Week will produce a high-quality policy recommendation and implementable action with a clear timeline that will contribute to sustainable development in Asia. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We thank you for the Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs of the Republic of Indonesia, Minister of Environment of the Republic of Korea, the President of Asia Water Council for the welcoming and congratulatory speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are about to view videos from Head of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia, Minister of Water Resources from the People's Republic of China, followed by the President of the World Water Council, and last but not least, Secretary General of World Meteorological Organization. And to the following, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause.
Air adalah sumber kehidupan. Air adalah sumber peradaban. Air adalah sumber kesejahteraan. Kita harus identifikasi persoalan yang dihadapi dalam sektor air dari hulu ke hilir untuk kemudian melahirkan solusi-solusi dalam penguatan ekosistem air dunia. Satu hal yang pasti, tidak ada yang bisa melakukan ini sendiri. Kita semua harus bergotong royong untuk menjaga dan melestarikan air dunia. Selamat atas penyelenggaraan Second Asia International Water Week. Mari kita kerja bersama mewujudkan keberlanjutan air di masa sekarang dan masa depan.
实行水资源刚性约束制度。中国已占全球6%的淡水资源，保障了全球19%的人口用水。中国已迈入全面建设社会主义现代化国家的新征程。中国政府将始终秉持创新、协调、绿色、开放、共享的新发展理念，大力推动新阶段水利高质量发展，提升水旱灾害防御能力、水资源集约节约利用能力、水资源优化配置能力、大江大河大湖生态保护治理能力，为经济社会发展提供有力的水安全保障。共同探讨以水资源可持续利用保障亚洲各国经济发展、人民幸福、社会繁荣。谢谢。
Ensuring water security, like air security in megacities, is a major challenge for our planet. Population growth, rising living standards, increasing land and sea pollution, as well as climate evolution are creating tension all over the world about the availability of water resources. This is why the World Water Council has given priority to all technological, digital, and financial innovations. And these innovations will finally allow us to produce and to secure more water, and at the same time to consume less and better in agriculture and in cities. In this regard, the subject sustainable, clean, and sufficient water for all of your conference is telling us timely and appropriate messages. The problems to reach water security in Asia-Pacific region are dynamic, but also very specific. And as rapid urbanization continues, there's a risk of exacerbating inequalities with depopulation of rural areas. In addition, the climate evolution will continue to aggravate stresses on water and bring more extreme events of floods and droughts. Thank you for your attention and see you next week in Dakar.
Here at WMO, we are very eager to activate the water sector and pay more attention to water challenges. We know that the negative trend in climate will continue until 2060s, even if we would be able to reach the 1.5 to 2 degrees targets of Paris Agreement. And that means a growing amount of also flooding events, drought events, and more intense tropical storms. And there are two problems related to that. One is the fact that many of the big rivers worldwide, they have their origins from the mountain glaciers, and the shrinking of mountain glaciers means that we will get less fresh water to the main rivers. Also in Asia, for example, in India and China, many of the big rivers, they have their origins from melting of Himalayan glaciers. And you in Asia, you are also very vulnerable to these disasters, and also some cities are sensitive to that. We of course know that Jakarta is one of the hotspots also from that perspective. So the issues that you are dealing with at your conference, they're very timely and important, and I would like to wish you a very successful conference, and from WMO's side we are happy to hear the outcomes of your conference and how to further enhance the global water and drought management systems. Thanks a lot.
Please give another warm applause for the congratulatory remark videos from the head of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia, Minister of Water Resources from People's Republic of China, World Water Council President and Secretary General of World Meteorological Organization. And now, ladies and gentlemen, along with other viewers out there, please welcome the Honorable Ban Ki-moon, President and Chairman of Global Green Growth Institute and the 8th UN Secretary General, for his keynote speech.
Your Excellency, Professor Maruf Amin, Vice President of the Republic of Indonesia, honorable ministers, parliamentarians, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Selamat pagi. It is my great honor to deliver this keynote speech to kick off the opening of the second Asia International Water Week, AIWW. At the outset, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to the organizers for the successful preparations and commencement of the second Asia International Water Week. Thank you very much for organizing such a timely and valuable opportunity in this beautiful island, Labuan Bajo. But furthermore, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to, even though he's not here, Minister Basuki Hadimuljono of Indonesia's Ministry of Public Works and Public Housing, and also His Excellency Coordinating Minister of Indonesia. I'd like to also thank deeply Dr. Jae-hyun Park, President of the Asia Water Council, and Honorable Han Jung-hae, Minister of Environment of the Republic of Korea, who worked laboriously to hold the Asia International Water Week in spite of the ongoing proliferation of Omicron. I also recognize the presence of Her Excellency Retno Marsudi, Foreign Minister of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that second Asia International Water Week will be a meaningful opportunity for us to share our views and experiences on the roles of water-related organizations and institutions and discuss solutions to the world's water problems in today's era of climate change and digital transformation. Indonesia holds a special place in my heart. In December 2007, which was my first year serving as the Secretary General of the United Nations, Secretary General, I participated in the 13th session of the Conference of the Parties of the UNFCCC, commonly known as a COP13, held in Bali, Indonesia. It was 15 years ago. At that time, after having attended a week or so, I had just departed from Bali to visit another neighboring countries, Timor-Leste. But I was immediately called back by our United Nations staff that I must come back to Bali because the negotiation on climate change to talk about the Bali roadmap was at stalemate. So I returned, and together with the then President Yudhoyono, and I strongly urged the delegations to do their part as a humanity for climate change. Miraculously, Bali roadmap was adopted. That was the beginning. That was the first step leading to Paris Climate Change Agreement 9 years after. And I am very grateful for the leadership of Indonesia. I understand that the G20 summit meeting is going to take place in November in Bali again. This is a quite important moment, opportunity for us, for Indonesia, to show your leadership, demonstrate your global leadership for climate change, including water. Ladies and gentlemen, in a concentrated effort to find a common ground, I am, as a former Secretary General, I am here to demonstrate my strong commitment to work with you to resolve this water issue. According to 2019 report by the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, water-related disasters such as floods, heavy rains, droughts, and heat waves accounted for about 90% of the 7,350 natural disasters that have occurred over the past 20 years. The most recent UN IPCC reports on climate change have clearly stated that there is a reciprocal relationship between climate change and water. And therefore, water and climate change are inextricably linked and must be jointly considered. Moreover, the recent climate change modeling studies suggested that for every 1 degree Celsius increase in global temperature, roughly 7% of population will suffer at least a 20% decrease in water resources. In this grim context, national and local climate policies must be planned and implemented holistically to mitigate the impacts of climate change and effectively and sustainably manage with resources. The current level of endeavors or the business as usual attitude will not pave the way for a sustainable future. As such, we need a new approach for climate resiliency by thoroughly reviewing and altering existing water management practices. During my tenure as a Secretary General of the United Nations for 10 years, the UN recognized ever-increasing importance of water and defined water as a separate and standalone goal of the Sustainable Development Goals as number 6 in setting the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. As I look back now, the decision to set water as a number 6 goal carries more weight than ever before. Water is a cross-cutting issue. It covers all the areas of our humanity and our planet Earth. This is because SDG number goal 6, or sustainable, safe, and clean water, is a precondition for facilitating and enabling the achievement of all the SDGs, given its unique cross-cutting nature with the other goals. However, according to UN Water, while progress on SDG has been made in the areas of water use efficiency and water resource management, recent outlooks have revealed that at the current pace, if we go like this way, it would be difficult to achieve the target as set out in the SDGs. Water is a standing point and the key enabler for successful climate action. Promoting water-related investments will substantially contribute to the efforts made for climate change, adaptation, and mitigation. It is a critical link that will improve future climate resilience. My understanding is that Asian Development Bank, ADB, portfolio has a relatively high investment proportion of about 25% in the water sector, and its implications are quite significant. Climate resilient water management is a pivotal to achieving the SDGs, implementing the Paris Climate Change Agreement, and accomplishing other goals of the international community. Excellencies, distinguished guests, the climate crisis is setting off cataclysmic chain reactions. There are dire warnings that global warming is altering habitats and that viruses even more dangerous than COVID-19 will pose a persistent threat to humanity. Water-related disasters are disturbing agriculture and triggering greenflation. The resulting surge in grain prices is disrupting national orders, precipitating the displacement of refugees and driving conflicts. Under this backdrop, the climate crisis is already here, intruding on our daily lives. It is threatening our food supply, health, economy, and peace. If we wish to pursue a sustainable life and future, we must recognize and act as though the climate crisis is a matter of our life and death. Yes, I think it is. It is a matter of death or our life. Today, I would like to highlight the following 3 points to overcome the climate crisis. First, let me stress the importance of enhanced cooperation in response to the increasing severity of climate change. Global cooperation and solidarity are required to tackle the climate crisis. What COVID-19 and the climate crisis have exemplified is that The world and humanity are interconnected in a single net. In our hyper-connected age, a crisis in one place can set off a chain of events that can instantly turn into a crisis for all of humanity. We must heed the words of the scientists who analyzed the spread of the Omicron variation as a result of inequality. Even the wealthiest countries cannot remain safe in an all-connected world. No matter how much wealth and technology you possess, you cannot protect anyone's life by turning a blind eye to your neighbor's suffering. We must come to a point where we realize the destiny of humanity is inherently interconnected with one another, and we must navigate through today's crisis together in global solidarity. However, the road to global solidarity is very steep, very steep. Although humanity has entered an era of unprecedented technological innovation, the world's leading nations are unfortunately increasingly divided into different camps for security reasons. US-China conflict, US-Russia conflict, and all these conflicts are really hampering our urgent action for climate and sustainable development, including water. They present carbon neutrality and ESG, environment, social, and governance, as the new international standards, and emphasize cooperation to overcome the climate crisis. But the reality is that international cooperation is wavering in the face of national interest and geopolitical posturing. The new inward-looking retool of the global supply chain means that many countries living in the international division of labor order may face new poverty and crisis. Our future depends on our ability to climate inequality and also expand the horizon for solidarity for the many, not the few. Let me reiterate the key point. We share one destiny. We have only one planet Earth. We don't have planet B. Therefore, we have only plan A. Asia-Pacific region is the most sensitive with respect to the climate crisis and also the hub for achieving carbon neutrality. In terms of climate change, the Asia-Pacific countries are responsible for about half of the world's greenhouse gas emissions, and their industrial structure is also highly vulnerable to climate shocks. Some studies have stated that over 60% of the population will be affected by climate change. This means that reaching global carbon neutrality and combating climate crisis is simply impossible without the Asia-Pacific region. Responding to the climate crisis is not only a task for the Asia-Pacific region, however, but one that the entire world needs to solve together. For example, cooperation on the shared rivers in the Mekong River Basin is critical because the impact of climate change, such as droughts and floods, are borderless. We need to share water resources and meteorological information data and strive to improve water use efficiency as part of integrated water management to maximize the mutual benefits of regional cooperation. Now is the time to double or triple our efforts with urgency through cohesive actions underpinned with the international community's cooperation. The second, international development and elevated cooperation to help developing countries cope with climate change is essential moving forward. As we all know, we are now in an era that calls for a major transformation of energy and industry to reach carbon neutrality. We need to figure out how to finance climate change in developing countries and strengthen their response to recover from climate disasters. Developed countries are technologically and financially resourceful, but the situation is dire for other countries. We must expand our support and cooperative projects in areas imperative to addressing climate change, including smart water management, green energy, and eco-friendly mobility. Developed countries must be at the forefront of this requisite just transition. To this end, it is vital to increase the scale of financial resources. We must also get clear goals and improve the quality of cooperative projects through a structured use of financial resources. Last November, at COP26 held in Glasgow, United Kingdom, we adopted the Glasgow Climate Pact. Participants from governments and the private sector reaffirmed their efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, invest in decarbonization efforts, and increase climate finance. In particular, climate finance was a key agenda item, with the developed countries adopting a pledge to at least double their funding to developing countries by 2025, compared to 2019 levels, to help them adapt to eliminate change. It was also underscored the need to ensure a balance between carbon emission reduction and adaptation. This is because without the efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, the cost of climate change adaptation will be enormous. Last but not least, I would like to talk about cooperation and solidarity across generations. Above all, we must listen to the voices of future generations. If the current response to climate crisis by the older generation is to be coherent and unified, it must simultaneously earn the trust and empathy of the youth. The climate crisis is existential for young people who will live through the future generations. Even a new term has been recently coined called climate depression, and there are concerns that this will cause young people to give up having children. The youth are the ones that will live on and lead us through the climate crisis era. They should be the change makers. To do so, we need to create an environment where young people can develop a sense of global citizenship, solidarity, and cooperation on a global level. Against the backdrop, I find it very inspiring that the Asia International Water Week has led to the launch of the Asia Water Council Young Professionals. This is exactly how we can empower our future leaders today. I have high hopes that the inauguration of the Asia Water Council Young Professionals will serve as a springboard to enhance critical and solidarity among all generations to more actively and urgently respond to the climate crisis and achieve the Paris Climate Change Agreement. I also expect that Asia International Water Week will continue to be a valuable incubator that nurture young people into global citizens and actors of change. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude. The challenges we face are simply unprecedented. Therefore, our response, one underpinned with climate action, solidarity, and compassion, must be equally unprecedented as well. Finally, I hope that Indonesia's vision of becoming the world's 7th largest economy by 2030 will be realized through the excellent leadership of President Joko Widodo and the dedicated efforts of all Indonesians. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let us work together to make sure that we have enough clean and sufficient water for all. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Honorable Ban Ki-moon, the President and Chairman of the Global Green Growth Institute and the 8th UN Secretary General, for the wonderful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, now the moment that we have been waiting for, and allow us to prepare the stage for His Excellency Professor Dr. Kiai Haji Ma'ruf Amin, the Vice President of the Republic of Indonesia, for his awaited keynote speech. Continue with the opening ceremony of the 2nd Asia International Water Week 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome His Excellency Professor Dr. Kiai Haji Ma'ruf Amin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang saya hormati Sekretaris Jenderal PBB ke-8, Yang Mulia Mr. Ban Ki-moon, para Menteri Kabinet Indonesia Maju, Menteri Lingkungan Hidup Korea Selatan, para Menteri dari kawasan Asia yang hadir secara daring, Presiden Asia Water Council, Wakil Gubernur Nusa Tenggara Timur, perwakilan organisasi internasional, pertamu dan hadirin yang berbahagia. Puji dan syukur kita panjatkan kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Tuhan yang Maha Esa, karena atas limpahan rahmat, nikmat dan karunia-Nya kita dapat bertemu pada acara Asia International Water Week kedua dengan bertema Sustainable, Clean and Sufficient Water for All. Hadirin yang berbahagia, air merupakan sumber daya alam yang sangat mendasar untuk menopang kehidupan manusia, an essential element of life. Air juga merupakan sumber daya penentu tercapainya pembangunan ekonomi dan sosial yang berkelanjutan. Seiring pertumbuhan penduduk dan ekspansi ekonomi yang sangat cepat, selama beberapa dekade terakhir, penggunaan air di abad 21 meningkat lebih dari 2 kali lipat dibandingkan dengan pertumbuhan penduduk. Akibatnya terjadi kesenjangan antara ketersediaan air dan kebutuhan air. Hal tersebut menyebabkan krisis air yang serius di banyak wilayah di dunia. Sekalipun 71% bumi tertutup oleh air, hanya sekitar 13% air tawar yang dapat dimanfaatkan untuk memenuhi kebutuhan air bagi lebih dari 7 miliar manusia. Sekitar 2/3 dan dari jumlah penduduk, jumlah populasi dunia mengalami kelangkaan air yang parah, setidaknya dalam 1 bulan setiap tahun. Selain itu, lebih dari 2 miliar orang hidup di negara yang persediaan airnya tidak mencukupi. Diperkirakan di tahun 2025, setengah dari populasi dunia akan mengalami kelangkaan air atau water scarcity. Di tahun 2030, sekitar 700 orang dapat mengungsi karena kelangkaan air lebih lanjut. UNICEF menyebut pada tahun 2040, kira-kira 1 dari 4 anak di seluruh dunia akan tinggal di daerah yang tingkat kesulitan mendapatkan airnya sangat tinggi. Sebagai rumah bagi 60% populasi dunia, kawasan Asia Pasifik hanya memiliki 36% sumber daya air dunia, sehingga ketersediaan air per kapitanya terendah di dunia. Masalah tersebut diperburuk dengan tingkat pencemaran air yang tinggi, dengan lebih dari 80% air limbah yang dihasilkan di negara-negara berkembang di kawasan tidak diolah. Hal krusial lain adalah pengambilan air tawar yang tidak berkelanjutan, melebihi setengah dari total kesediaan air. Sementara penelitian menunjukkan bahwa penggunaan air tanah akan meningkat 30% pada tahun 2050. Hadirin yang saya hormati, di antara sekian banyak pembahasan tentang air, pada kesempatan kali ini saya akan menggarisbawahi salah satu isu yang mengemuka dan membutuhkan perhatian di tingkat internasional, yaitu ketersediaan air bersih. Rendahnya akses terhadap infrastruktur dasar yang meliputi air bersih, sanitasi, dan listrik sangat berkorelasi pada penanganan 3 masalah yang saat ini menjadi fokus kerja pemerintah Indonesia, yaitu pertama, penghapusan kemiskinan ekstrim, dan yang kedua, pembangunan sumber daya manusia yang unggul, dan ketiga, penurunan angka stunting. Ketiadaan air bersih di suatu wilayah menandai kemiskinan dan ketimpangan. Di wilayah-wilayah miskin ekstrim, umumnya akses terhadap air bersih sangat rendah. Dari 35 kabupaten di Indonesia dengan kemiskinan ekstrim pada 2021, seluruhnya ditandai dengan fakta adanya penduduk yang tidak memiliki akses air minum layak. Angkanya berkisar antara 4,48% sampai dengan 97,21%. Akses terhadap air bersih serta sanitasi yang layak juga menjadi faktor kunci penentu kualitas kesehatan seseorang. Kesehatan prima dan pendidikan berkualitas adalah prasyarat utama sumber daya manusia unggul yang saat ini juga menjadi prioritas pemerintah Indonesia. Selain itu, upaya penurunan prevalensi stunting juga sangat terkait dengan ketersediaannya sanitasi dan air bersih yang memadai. Air bersih dan sanitasi yang baik mengurangi banyak penyakit bagi ibu hamil, bayi, dan balita. Ketiadaan sanitasi air bersih mengakibatkan bayi rentan terhadap berbagai penyakit. Padahal 1000 hari pertama kehidupan sangat menentukan kualitas fase-fase kehidupan berikutnya. Penyediaan air bersih menjadi salah satu intervensi yang dapat berkontribusi sebesar 70% terhadap pencegahan stunting. Selain terkait juga 3 permasalahan tersebut, pandemi COVID-19 berdampak pula terhadap meningkatnya kebutuhan air bersih. Menurut studi terbaru Indonesia Water Institute, pada akhir tahun 2020, konsumsi air bersih selama pandemi COVID-19 meningkat 3 kali lipat dibandingkan sebelum pandemi, dengan total konsumsi air rumah tangga mencapai 900 hingga 1.400 liter per hari. Pertama yang saya muliakan, kompleksnya pengelolaan sumber daya air memerlukan berbagai pendekatan dan kebijakan yang melibatkan multisektoral dan instansi, alokasi dana nasional, dan pengambilan keputusan kolektif. Kita memiliki visi yang sama, yaitu tersedianya air bersih yang cukup dan berkelanjutan untuk semua. Untuk itu Indonesia terus berupaya untuk mengelola pemanfaatan air secara berkelanjutan. Berbagai program kami lakukan untuk mewujudkan visi tersebut. Antara lain membangun 61 bendungan selama periode 2015 hingga 2025 untuk mengoptimalkan pemanfaatan air. Kami terus mengembangkan potensi air sebagai pembangkit listrik dan floating solar dalam rangka menciptakan energi yang bersih untuk lingkungan. Kami juga membangun 1000 bendungan kecil atau embung, serta fasilitas lainnya untuk mendukung irigasi yang akan menyokong ketahanan pangan. Selain itu, kami mendorong pengelolaan air secara berkelanjutan melalui manajemen sumber daya air terintegrasi. Dan yang tidak kalah penting, meningkatkan akses terhadap air bersih bagi rumah tangga. Data Badan Pusat Statistik menunjukkan bahwa tahun 2014 akses rumah tangga terhadap air bersih sebesar 68%, kemudian meningkat hingga mencapai 90% pada tahun 2020. Saya berharap dari Asia International Water Week kedua ini dapat dihasilkan terobosan untuk mengatasi permasalahan air di kawasan kita. Di akhir sambutan ini, saya ingin meminta dukungan dari anggota World Water Council untuk Indonesia sebagai tuan rumah World Water Forum ke-10 pada tahun 2024. Sebagai penutup, saya ucapkan selamat melaksanakan konferensi dengan produktif, seraya tetap menikmati pesona indahan Labuan Bajo yang indah. Dan dengan mengucapkan Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Asia International Water Week kedua secara resmi saya nyatakan dibuka. Semoga Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala memberikan inayahnya dan meridai segala ikhtiar yang kita lakukan. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mohon berkenan kepada Bapak Wakil Presiden untuk masih tetap berada di atas panggung. And now I would like to kindly invite to the stage, accompany Mr. Vice President. I would like to kindly invite the 8th UN Secretary General, Honorable Mr. Ban Ki-moon, Minister of Environment of the Republic of Korea, the Minister of Cabinet Indonesia Maju of the Republic of Indonesia, Vice Minister of Public Works and Housing, President of Asia Water Council, and Vice Governor of East Nusa Tenggara. Kami persilahkan kepada rekan-rekan media untuk mengabadikan gambar. We will count down together. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, when the rain falls to the ground, the water flows along the land surface to the rivers, streams, or lakes, and some seeps into the ground to become groundwater. And water is used for daily basic human needs, for farming, industry, and for the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed the opening ceremony opened by Mr. Vice President. And once again, please give a round of applause. The second Asia International Water Week 2022 officially begin. Mohon berkenan kepada Bapak Wakil Presiden untuk berfoto bersama. Honorable guests, to celebrate the moment, please stay on the stage for group of photos. Okay, we are ready for capturing the moment. 1, 2, 3. Once again. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Terima kasih sekali lagi kepada yang terhormat Wakil Presiden Republik Indonesia. Kami persilahkan untuk kembali ke tempat. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.